Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? It is Tuesday, May 7th. Pretty special day. After the stream today, I'm actually going to be joining Ninja Trader's stream at 11 a.m. So I'd appreciate it if you guys join me after the stream and, support me as I do their segment called Trader Workshop. So let's get started. Where's everyone tuning in from, by the way? It's a beautiful day out here in Queens today. No clouds in the skies. Clear blue skies, and yes, we are inside trading today, but that's the lifestyle. But later, hey, at like noon, I'll be able to go outside. So here we have DXY. So let's see, where's everyone tuning in from? Morocco, Singapore, Newark, New Jersey, Belize, France, Panama City, Virginia, Zambia, Brazil, Botswana, England, sunny Lisbon, Nigeria, South Africa, Toronto, Punjab, India, Chad, Miami, awesome, Tunisia, wow, Croatia, awesome. All over the world here. So, what's going on today? Well, DXY is in the discount of its range, but it hasn't really been bought up energetically for me to really consider going like short indices yet, like on a larger time frame basis, and certainly we have not had any sort of confirmation for that. So, just gotta take it day by day. Also, there's no economic news today, no high impact news. We have high impact news. The first one of the week is going to be on Thursday for unemployment claims. So I'm not going to really, press too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not super high conviction, like not high risk type of environment, not risk on type of environment for me right now. So let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, so we came back into daily, this is DXY, daily breaker and fair value gap. There was a large wick, it was bought up, but like I already want us to start expanding out of this range. So it's not doing that, and the longer it sort of stays here and consolidates, the more likely then it will fail. But also it could just be waiting until Thursday. Thank you for someone who said they love my thumbnail. Do I only trade futures on live stream? Yes, but on the side I do sometimes trade options on my personal account. Ooh, welcome Thomas Road to Bagel Buddies. So let's take a look at NQ and ES. First, let's take a look at ES. Looks like we're gapping up a bit, right? So opening range gap, regular trading hours. What? Okay, yeah. We gapped up this day too, but on Monday. Okay, so this is the close. And we'll see where the open ends up being. So it's 52.04 was yesterday's close. Yeah, like a 10-point gap up on ES. And NQ. $187.5 was its close. Also like, yeah, 10-point gap up. This yellow zone I had marked out was this volume imbalance on the daily, I believe. Oh, maybe I didn't mark it out as well. I was doing this yesterday. So it's closed above that. Honestly, there's no signs of bearish structure. The fact that it just completely retraced this much means there's like unwillingness to go lower for now. Unless we start really breaking structure on the higher time frames, such as like the hourly and the 4 hours. So really, what I'm going to write in my plan is like, if you short, don't overstay your shorts, right? Like you can short a retracement still. I've done that in the past few streams. Actually, the past 2 streams, I was short in the morning and got out pretty much around near the lows, and then it ripped up higher for the afternoon session. So that's the plan. And also just not to push the button that much. So like if I have a loss today, I have the reminder not to, you know, try too many times not to have any sort of eagerness to make it back right away. Why don't I trade Forex? I like futures way better because they're more regulated, no spreads. Also, CFDs are illegal in the US, so there's been very much issues with that. Let's see. Not too impressed with NQ right now. Really, like, we had 3 days up. This could definitely be like a structure shift on the daily now. This whole leg up here, we have to find what the discount is. Like it could just retrace to the discount of this range at some point, which is here. Around NFP lows or down here, if it's going to go to all-time highs. So yeah, I mean, NQ is definitely the strongest one, I think. Well, ES is already above this little structure and it didn't hit that weekly order block, so we're already up on the week a good amount. Monday, Tuesday, up so far. Okay. Have to assess again once, you know, the bell opens, but essentially I'm going to be relying more on the macros for volatility then. For potential trade ideas, right? Right, so ES push up at 4 at 345. Okay, I wasn't around for that. That's, wow, quite the push up there. And what was London? I actually have them open at the same time. London did take a little bit of liquidity. I'll mark out London low. Where's midnight open? Oh my gosh, so you guys saw my little post on Twitter about 2 types of different traders. I saw someone write, "Let's go, let's hit it." Let's go. The most enthusiastic. Let's go. Too funny. I'm saying that sarcastically because in that I'm very much the opposite. So press is just running. I don't know what to say. If it's running without me, that's okay. I'm just not too keen on being a buyer here on the third up day on the daily, right? With 3 up days. I had that thought yesterday, actually, on Monday. Maybe I should have. No, Monday was already a gap up, I think. And it's gonna be like the 4th up day, if it is on ES. So I'm gonna have alerts on DXY. So far, literally like no structure shifts here. I'll have an alert here. Right? It really does seem like DXY is waiting until Thursday or so. And I'm okay with missing a trade. I'm okay with not taking a trade today, but I'm just gonna have to wait and see what the market gives. So let's see, 950. We'll mark out 950 macro time, 950 to 1010. And we have the open right here. It's pretty much how I operate. Okay, we have the open right here. Let's see what happens. We have an RTH gap above, somebody has. Oh, maybe I should, yeah, I will mark out the one that we just made as well. So we want to do it from the close of this candle to the open of this candle. And then I mark it out in quarters. And that's ES. Just not stopping. And Q, well, she actually completely came back pretty, I mean, not all the way to the close, but a good amount, right? Just now. That's quick retracement there. The open is here. The close is there. Okay. Bought up completely right away. So the fact is, NQ is disrespecting bearish PDA race. Pretty much like all of them. It was like just non-stop, right? Tearing. And also ES, what's pretty important was important for me was that we closed above this 50%. There's a fair value gap in 50% of the range from where it broke down, and we completely just closed above. So I'm more inclined to think, you know, in the coming weeks we are likely going to go back to all-time highs. As long as, like, you know, you always have to stay super nimble because you never know when there's any sort of surprise news with war news or any sort of surprise economic announcement. But you just gotta go with what you're given at the moment. Yeah, DXY is not doing much here. It's going lower. Likely going for the sell side, honestly. More sell side here. Like this like balanced price range low in here. a low and fair value gap. Yeah, well, not much I can do here at the moment except watch. And now, since like we're pretty much we gotta go pretty far left to look at the PD arrays now, right? It is wild. So took out this swing high now on the 4-hour. This is a Monday high, right? Is that last week's high actually? I mean a weekly high, I mean. Yeah, it is. Okay. Kind of interesting that basically at 9:31 it had this large displacement to the upside. I don't really trust it because of the way that there was not really manipulation. I mean, I suppose London had the manipulation, and then we had a 7:30 retracement OTE. It wasn't really much of a retracement. We have SMT here with NQ. NQ took out London low here at 7:45 and ES didn't. And it did sort of bounce in this section that it tore above that volume imbalance on the daily. Again, I'm just going to mark out 950. Really not worried if I don't find a trade today, because next week is the 3rd week of the month, right? For me, I honestly have seen my trade zealot stats, etc. My best weeks are always the 3rd week of the month. That's where I've been making most of my money for the month, because it's options expiry week. There's more volatility in the marketplace. There are more reversals. There's more sustained price action. Not less fake outs from market structure shifts and such. So, we saw ES took out that weekly high up there. What did NQ do? NQ's weekly high is up here. I mean, it already invalidated this, so it could totally catch up. I'm not so sure if it'll do it today because it's another, like 120 points from here. Right. And like I said, it is on the daily, we had 1, 2, 3 strong, large up close days on the daily that I'm not so inclined to be longing in a premium after that. Because if you look in the past, like how many times do we actually have 4 strong up close days? That's 2. December 2023 was the last time. Right? So I'm more inclined to think that today is like a small body candle day, meaning small range, and probably going to be some reversals here and there, but also not to overstay my welcome. How many people hit that like button, people? Wow, almost 2,000 people. Crazy. Pretty exciting day for me. I'm actually going to be a guest on Ninja Trader's YouTube, and I'm pretty excited about that because, I've been using Ninja Trader for futures for like really long time, for 2 years, I think. Yeah. As my platform to execute on. I like their platform, so it's pretty cool that they invited me to their show. And I hope you guys could. We're going to be on after the stream, so at around 11 a.m. We'll put the link in the chat. And hopefully you guys will come out and support me. We're going to just, it's like their trader workshop segment, and have some good conversation. Okay, so we had, I am marking this out. Potential inversion, right? I'm more interested actually to see this on ES, that inversion. Did that invert, is that the one that took out the weekly high? No, okay. Then I'm probably gonna stay on NAS. This might be an indicator, but of a early market structure shift. Not yet, though. It didn't close below. As well as, how would I say this? I don't really know like what buy side that even took out, like, you know. So we'll monitor it. Like I said, I don't really trust the 930 low to stay intact today. I have ES open on the left side. I'll wait until like the 950 macro. Right now it's still the first 10 minutes of the day. Okay, cool. Do you want to see 30-second? You guys know I've been more active on the 30-second time frame lately. Just with like larger ranges, it's been like pretty good to trade on the 30-second for me personally. But I don't really see anything that great here in regards to imbalances breaking lows. Maybe it will appear later. Also, I would have to mark out some sell side. Obviously, the sell side. Pretty rough. I'm reminding myself that like if I do get into a short, not to overstay my welcome. Yeah, so I don't trust this low at all. But I don't really see clean structure shift like a fair value gap. I guess one small one here. An ES actually here. See what's that look like. $13 to make like 13. It's like a one. Let me see. Like hypothetically. It's not so clean on NQ, it's cleaner on ES. It's like a 1.7. 1.5 on ES. It's 943. It is cleaner on ES. It's like 1-to-1 on ES if you just take it to 930 low. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna just wait until 9:50 for this, and if it happens before 9:50, then whatever, you know, because I'm not. That was what I said. My plan is. It's just too. I think that if it does go for this, it looks like it's high resistance to the downside. So it's not really that great. Let me see. Looking janky, ES. ES is like, this is the 1 minute, and it kind of looks like, you know, as if I'm looking at the 15-second. It's a little bit thinner price action, just more gaps and such than NQ. So I'm happy I like sort of filtered out for now. This, well, still, I can tape read this. But yeah, just not worth me putting on some risk right now for this type of idea because it's not that clean. Yeah, see NQ here. I'll leave NQ there on the 30-second. This is the prior weekly high that ES like closed above, so took it out here. I just want to look at what leg of it went for that weekly high, and if it already retested it. It did retest it already. Kind of tough. This action's pretty choppy, so I'm happy I'm like not in anything right now, but I will see from the next macro. Right, what's this hourly look like right now? How will this hourly candle close? Right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm always thinking about that. Yeah. Looks like it's a very bullish hourly candle. So like just shorting on like the 30-second, the 1 minute, it's probably not like such a good idea for now. Okay. Glad I filtered that out for now. I'll keep this like 1 minute though, because like oftentimes, yeah, ICT says that if we make a fair value gap in like the first minute of the day, which we did in the second minute of the day, I guess at 9:31, then oftentimes it's going to use it for reference later. ES a little bit weaker, not really though, but you know, it's just slower. DXY is gung for sell side, so indices still are bullish. Need to think for a moment. If I short, it would just be for like a small scalp type of play, not really going to press the button. And for longs, I just don't see it, my model, because I don't see any manipulation that happened recently, so I'm good for now. Unless I see something at like 9:50 to 10:10. What's why I'm looking like? YM closed above its weekly fair value gap here last week. Now it's sort of, it dipped back into it and it's launching. It's Monday. It's a little bit weaker, but it's not like, what I was thinking about was like, are the indices all out of sync? It's not like it's totally out of sync. So pretty choppy first 15 minutes or so of the day, I'd say. Right? Kind of just ranging on ES. 5 points. 5 points on ES so far is the range for the day, and for NQ, it's 38 points, so not much to work with so far. About to enter 950 to 1010. Burke Trade says futures is the gentleman's market and Forex is the wild, wild west. That is funny. Yes, that's one of my tweets for sure. Yeah, this move lower, there was nothing for me to really get involved with. In fact, I probably would have gone stopped out at this little intermediate term high on the 32nd. So it is a bit of like a seek and destroy type of action right now. We hit 930 low on ES. Well, NQ hit the 930 low first. Oh well, like there was no trade for me to get there. Didn't get involved on the way there, so on that little scalp idea, just did not play out cleanly. So what's next? I don't know. We'll have to see. It did take out like a little low here and create a fair value gap there if it wants to go for lower. Could. I'm just wondering where's the next sell side then, right? Because it's not particularly clean here. On the 15, still this whole move up is counted as one leg or one order block, so you can still just get bought up in here and do nothing. So the hourly is going to close in about 8 minutes. This will be interesting to see if it closes above or not. If it closes back inside the range, could potentially then go for lower. But I am paying attention to the fact that SMT here and dollar still looks weak. So we took out some sell side. On NQ. We'll watch the NQ now. We just started in the 950 to 1010 macro. We'll see. I don't know if this is trade idea yet. I'll have to wait. I'm gonna just wait. Look at DXY on the other side. I'm not really thinking that it's has such a willingness to get down here. You know what I'm saying? Could have just taken some trendline liquidity. I feel like it'll be high resistance. Let me check. I did check my checklist for high resistance liquidity run conditions, right? So ES took a weekly high before indices open. That is a draw on liquidity of major one has been met before the open. So if I take anything, it's going to be how would I say, lower risk. The 60-minute SIBI says ICT. This one below. Yeah, the previous hour low, potentially. Is that what he means, or does he mean something else in the past? Probably that one. We just like made that though. Because 10 a.m.'s over in like 5 minutes. Maybe he means something else. I'm not supposed to be listening to you, ICT, remember? Do. He means this one. $9.50 to 10:10 macro. This I'm not. This is retracing in 50% of the leg. Yeah, pretty good reaction to that 50% area of that leg down. Pretty decent. Pause right at the midpoint of that. I personally did not take it, but all good. The 10 a.m. hour is finished now, and now that hourly candle is actually like closing back inside this range. So, yeah, possible to go for more downside later. See if it rejects here to go for further downside for low resistance run lower during this macro time. $10.10 is here. I think I will try just a small amount. Okay. Oops, sorry. Find out here if it's willing to go a bit lower. I mean, I'm thinking I projected this out. Potentially just go for here, something like that. Something simple. Even pre-market low, sure. Projected this out, maybe like here we go, it's going lower. Pretty nice scalp there already. See how this candle closes. There's still 25 seconds left. Looks like a strong candle close down here. Like I said, I was gonna just project this out. I think the failure swing out. $181. So next start of the next hour now. Right? So this hourly closed back inside this range. Pre-market low. This lines with this sell side. I'm not like gonna, like I said, I'm not like overstaying my welcome, so. We'll see where we are at 10:10. If we're like inverting this again, I'll probably just like exit for small. I like that it like paused right before this like projection lower. We'll see. Pretty high resistance. Three minutes have passed. See, it's like pretty good close there. We'll see what this one does. If it comes back, probably not gonna stay too much. We'll see if it closes above like a high here. Yeah, that's my reasoning for that. Because this is a small swing high there. But if it closes above this and in the inversion, it's gonna be like, I don't really want to stay too for that. A decent candle close there. You see it didn't close above. So once it takes this low, I will take a partial. If it does. Or maybe I'll just take the whole thing off because I said I'll scalp today. Yeah, I'm probably gonna just take the whole thing off there. So pretty good bearish order flow still there. Just gotta wait now. 10:10. Still got time. In this trade for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. We close above, like I said, I'll get out. Needs to start delivering soon. I'll wait. She's taking her time. It's alright, take your time, NQ. Still, like, the body is pretty weak, not closing even in the first. This is the 1, 2. After this leg, if it doesn't, we'll see what happens. "22 seconds left in this candle. Still didn't close above that. It's where it's helpful to have. We'll see. But literally, I'm still in this trade, and if it closes above, then I'll just get out, but especially if it does that. Pretty whack, but whatever. What is it called? It's high resistance, so it's just taking a little bit longer. Kind of wild. It's the beginning of the next hour. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. Still waiting. I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm probably gonna just take, might end up taking it off for break even. See if there's anything of ES here. Just retracing way more. It doesn't matter if it just closes above here, then I'll just like take it off for like a very small loss. Yeah, it's closed, so take that off for literally like 5-point loss. That's not worth it anymore. 5-point loss. So, that's all. If it goes without me, I don't really care. Just saying. Now, if it goes without me, I don't care. Because the thing is, I want to just be part of a low resistance. So yeah, that's it. That's all I did. I closed, because it closed above here. So, let's see, you can see my executions right there. I said I would short in that little FEG, I did. I ended up just closing because it closed above it, and I did not want to overstay. Where is it? Yeah. Very small. Ended up losing very little, and I'm happy I did now because I'm happy I stuck to that little plan there. You see it's moving higher now. It's not really fun. Nope. And yeah, so that's how I basically am operating in these conditions. This was pretty fast when it moved lower right away. I just did not have enough time to think about, right? It's like you have maybe like 2 seconds in this candle. So it can reject now, but I'm just really not in the mood to overstay welcome on a day where it's like not no news, right? Did deliver lower a little bit initially, so really I maybe should have just shorted it in 50% of here for 1 hour or so, but yeah, just gotta be quick. Not really worth my time at this point. So yeah. Six-ish points lost there, which is a pleasure. Small losses are a pleasure. Kind of odd. I mean, DXY is moving higher, so they're not in tandem, and ES took, how would I say, that weekly high in pre-market. So if I'm gonna get involved with anything today, like later on, let me see. I'm gonna see charts today a bit. I'm really only gonna watch for 5-minute market structure shifts with displacements. Not my favorite here, yeah. So yeah, depending on like how you executed, that could have been just break even-ish, small win, small loss. So in the end, it's not that big of a deal for me. Yeah. Filled that a little lower. That was that. Yeah, maybe it takes a lot. Anyway, I'm happy with how I managed that, honestly, because now it's just playing games, going higher. As we see, the longer it stays, unwillingness, then push back up higher. It's a 10-15 mental game reminder. So that's, for me, that reminder today is like, you know, don't be searching right away for another trade. Don't overtrade today too much. It's because it's not the greatest conditions. Pretty smooth exit though, because I exited like here, right? Yeah, 10-11. Not really. Yeah, I'm not interested right now. It's ugly. Pretty ugly. Seek and destroy vibes. Now it's going for buy side. Yeah, I don't really like it. Next hourly candle. Right, we're only in like the first 15 minutes of this hourly candle. We took the previous hour high, low, and now we're pretty much coming back up towards that high. I mean, we could go higher if that was enough sell side to be extracted. I don't know. You see? Only up 0.5%. I just don't see any clean type of entry for myself. So I'm chilling. Can't frame something. In a high resistance liquidity run, you need like yeah, it's just not going to be as easy. NQ. Shouldn't have retraced all the way here. So whatever it wants to do. It's not enough for me to get involved in longs because the risk reward doesn't make sense, where I would have to put down my risk, my stop loss. I mean, it could literally, you know, it's not really so jagged for my liking. There's no clean displacement up for me to really get involved. You know, unless you'd like this 30-second, this inversion, this could get taken out. Not my favorite. I'm cool. Yeah. You gotta frame it like I learned this from Mark Minervi. Small losses are a pleasure, right? So you should be happy to be doing that. Take a freaking 5-point loss, 10-point loss. It's nothing in terms of, you know, when your wins are 30 points. I don't like it. I keep saying that, but I really don't. I feel like a mean girl saying she's ugly. It's very, like, ES. Look at how thin price action is here. It's just, it looks like I'm looking, this is the 1 minute, but it looks like I'm looking at it on, like, the 15-second or so, you know? Anyway, so this is a breaker, fair value gap and inversion here. I mean, it's possible it could retrace into, this I would probably count as like a possible market structure shift. This is your little breaker, and this is the fair value gap. So I wouldn't really be longing here in this area, but because it can come back here lower, and such and such. As it comes lower. Like I said, I'm also just like not gonna long this. It just doesn't, I just don't see where I would put my stop loss in this case, because it can very well just close below this, come take out these rounded lows, because we're in a seek and destroy, right? Seek and destroy tends to take a low, then take a high, then take a low again, so I'm filtering that out. Yeah, cool. Glad. And there was nothing for me to even think about shorts, so this is just the market in these kinds of conditions, right? You can't really get phased by it, really. Right, same thing kind of happened in this one. So we're cool, we're chilling. This failed, this is failing. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm probably not going to take another trade here because, what's this range right now? 50-point range, an NQ in the first hour. That means that, like, that means actually that I should have just probably taken the 10 points. When I had it, but it's okay. I don't really mind. Alright. Gotta know when to fold them and when to hold them, and know when to press them, you know, press hard and not to press hard. April 15th, Sippy 60-minute. Okay, cool. Yeah, I did that. Yeah. Up here, right? Yeah. Be a little bit more accurate. Okay. The hourly SMT, the first attempt to dig higher, not really, didn't go well. Now it's second attempt also, pause there. Oh, next week is like the third week of the month. You know, I'm not pressing the button too much here because just not the conditions, right? The conditions aren't good. ES hit a weekly high before open. So I don't want to get myself in trouble or in drawdown when better conditions are coming. This is pretty much seek and destroy. Like this 15-minute candle is about to close. It's ugly on the 15. It doesn't even have to take this out. It could just pause at 50% of where this wick is. So, I don't know. I'm not really pressing the button too much. Just tried one. It's not during a macro time either. So I do wonder if I wonder if it will hit the low or not. I mean, look at ES, it's much higher above this low. Looking a lot thinner. Price action wise, I wouldn't be surprised if this just pauses here at 50% and then inverts this and maybe even takes that out again on the high. I don't know. I'm not involved right now because I know that the I'll be more inclined to trade more actively on Thursday. I expect it to be similar tomorrow, to be pretty similar to this as well. Pausing before this low. Wonder if this gets inverted or not. We'll see. Or see if the low gets taken. I don't really care. I'm not involved right now. It's very much like whiplash, the way this is moving, right? You don't want to get chopped up. That's like the worst. And that's how you blow accounts. You know, if someone were to get stopped out here, if they put their stop here, I had my stop just at the inversion because I knew that that would be high resistance. So let's say someone got stopped out here and then like they get frustrated and then they flip long here and then they get stopped out again. That's just a recipe for blowing up accounts. So if it's a high resistance liquidity run also, I like to just, it's not a hard and set rule, but like if I get stopped out, I'll pretty much wait around 10 minutes or so before I take another trade, right? Because to let your mind pause. Yeah, it's pausing here. This is ugly. Ugly, ugly. Sorry, NQ. Sometimes you're pretty. What's YM? Is YM out of sync? Yeah. So there's like YM is making like higher highs on the day. So that's another part of the criteria for high resistance conditions, low probability conditions, right? The indices are all out of sync. We hit some higher time frame. So the protocol for that for me is like risk smaller, right? And also trade less, or just don't trade at all, right? I gave myself one try, and that's enough for today, really. We'll see. See any other? I can read lips like candlestick. That's funny. How are you doing, ICT? Yeah, I honestly think that's probably gonna get seek and destroyed again. Like, we can watch it happen. Just looking like a sine wave, right? No, thank you. I took enough trigonometry already. And if you guys want to see more of that checklist, I do have a video on. It's in like my free Intro to Futures webinar that I go over. I go over things such as, you know, if you want to trade a personal account, margin requirements, and how futures work, how futures are different from CFDs and Forex, as well as how to calculate position sizing, and as well as prop firms and how to avoid low probability conditions. Because the number one killer of accounts is overtrading in low probability conditions. And I've seen it happen in myself, and then but also recently when I've watched a couple other streamers when I don't trade specific times. Very lethargic and move lower again here, so I really wouldn't. I'm not involved in anything, and I wouldn't be surprised. It doesn't matter if it takes us low or not, but you know, we're at this range that we created on this day so far, like since the open, the lower end right now. We'll see if this FEG ends up holding or not. I'm just tape reading it. Not involved. Right? Right, so pause accumulated here. We can watch to see if this gets inverted. It did. So it's likely it's going to reach up higher again into this area. From here to here, whatever it's like. Right? Because this is near the lows. I'm sure some people might be entering that. I'm just not in the mood to. Seek and Destroy is not my favorite. And yeah. I could watch it. It's like a 10-point scalp or so. I'm just gonna stick to my conviction to just chill. I can watch it though. Indices out of sync. I tried one trade. I'm good with that. Yeah. What's up? What's up? I'll be pleased if it does. I'll still be happy even though I don't take that trade. What's up? What's up? What happened? Oh, thank you, FX for living. Donated. Thank you. Hi, Tanya. Hello. Like I said, I'm not really getting involved in this. Move up. It just, because it's high resistance, I don't really want to hold, even if it does work out. It already sort of did. It's just like, do I really want to do that? And subjective to myself to holding for a while for a small move. Meh. No, not really. Where is the midpoint of this range? Yep. Woo! How's everyone doing? I want to ask actually the chat, how are you guys doing today in regards to price? You guys staying alive? Don't be a degenerate. Stay safe. Keep your accounts safe during these conditions. Let me ask the audience. Yeah, don't diddle in the middle. Someone said diddle in the middle, get chopped up like a fiddle. That's actually hilarious. You guys gonna come to afterwards, right? At like in about 10 minutes or so. I'm gonna go on to Ninja Trader's live stream. Have a little conversation with them. It is incredible how the like even though when I'm like I'm just gonna do a quick it gave me like 5 seconds to figure out whether to take that or not. And whatever I got out, basically for me that's a scratch, it's a break even. Not yet. At the in like 10 minutes we'll put the link in the chat. You never want to jump into a whirlpool, someone says. That's funny. Yeah, the thing is, you can know it's low probability conditions, but still have some parameters in check. And like extra rule sets, like I explained before, as well as just keep yourself safe. You know, if you're sort of flustered right now with price action, you know, my only advice is to get away from the charts then and get out into the world to take a walk or something. Once you do that, you realize like, okay, there's more opportunities, the world is bigger than this, etc. Yeah, someone says, like right now, it really is 50-50 in terms of whether it'll take this high first or this low first. And there's not really an edge in the market right now, so for me to get involved. I think, like I said, it could probably reach into this higher FEG. That doesn't really necessarily mean I think it will go for this high or this high and this high. And from maybe here to here, this 10-point scalp, sure. But look how long it's taking for 10 points on n cubed. A lot of times you can sneeze and n cubed like moves 10 points, you know? This I don't really need anymore. Sean says, I've been chopped up. Oh no. Well, maybe, as long as you learn something, right? Maybe like, it's always like either a win or a lesson. Not every loss is technically a lesson, actually, because you could follow your process and it just didn't work out, right? But if you made some performance errors, then I would say don't jump into it, back right into it right away. That's the worst thing you can do. First thing you got to do is like remove yourself from the environment for a bit, and then cool down and reevaluate what happened and how you'll adjust for next time. Right? On the stream, I've been chopped up a few times in March or February? And it was good. I'm thankful for that because it allowed me to create stricter and more defined criteria on defining these conditions and whether or not, and then how I will engage with them in terms of my playbook, right? So at this point, like, the 5 minutes very ugly. Like I said, I would only really get involved later in the afternoon if there's some sort of obvious 5-minute close above high or low with a displacement, but I'm not really even too keen on expecting that today. Yeah, so it's whether or not there's two different ways you can do it, right? In the past few days, what I've been doing is actually just trading the 30-second. Today I was a bit slow, which is fine. Probably could, there's different ways that you can manage it. I don't really mind for a 5-point like break, break even and such. So there's different ways you can get involved in the 30-second lower time frames just scalp, take profit, or you can yeah, I could have gone good. Or you can just wait on a higher time frame level, like a 5 or 15. And then you'll likely filter out a lot of trades and miss out on some moves, but it doesn't matter. NQ feels like it's doing bench press and needs a spotter. Oh my god. Yeah, let's see ES. I think ES is like even worse. Oh my god. You can scan this at Walmart and get a price for it. Barcode. Pretty barcodey, right? So I'm pretty thankful to limit my engagement here. Like, what? That's actually funny. It's like a, the 3-point range. And that's fine. Like, we sort of did, it's about coming in with some expectations, right? Those kinds of expectations. And you can't think that you're going to be perfect every day. My worst possible failures, you guys, were when I would keep pressing the button in times like this, and then I would be like buying the high end of the range or shorting the low end of the range and just getting completely, you know, whiplash, chopped up, right? You don't want to be the chopped salad. How much do you think it's worth scanning it? At Costco, you'll get the $5 rotisserie chicken if you scan that. If you scan this barcode. Someone said they were stopped out. Oh, yeah. Like, my trade idea here did work out where I thought, okay, we could be pausing in the midpoint of this 15-minute wick and going back to buy side. But that doesn't really mean I wanted to get involved in the trade. Or not even to buy side, I was thinking just in this FEG. Because if I were to measure this, right, let's say I just from here to here, it's took 10 minutes to move 10 handles on NQ. It just personally isn't worth it for me. You and Matt saw the reversal. Cool, yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna head over to NinjaTrader Live, you guys. Come check it out. We're gonna be on their stream called Traders Workshop. We're gonna put the link right here in the chat. All trading is like sword fighting. Engaging the market is crossing swords. Only do it for money if you've got a clear idea where the market is going to wind its blade next. That is very philosophical. Ludfisk Savage. It's not 10 handles, it is 10 ticks. No, it's handles. 10 ticks. 10 handles is 40 ticks. Right? 10 handles means 10 points. So come through, you guys. We're putting the putting the link to NinjaTrader here. We'll be on there in about 10 minutes at 11 a.m. So it looks like the chat, 33% green, 33% red, and 34% no trade. Okay, that's cool. 1050 really started pushing up higher now. That's honestly wild, just like right at 1050. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the description as well. And I'll see you guys there in a bit.